For millions of years, our ancient relatives faced horrors we can scarcely comprehend. Their fossil records revealed unimaginable tragedies, prehistoric murder, monstrous predator attacks, and agonizing diseases that claimed their lives. But what happens when we understand the cause of these ancient deaths? And more importantly, what did they reveal about the brutal reality our ancestors had to endure? The truth is, the human story has always been painted in blood, but we never knew just how far back our capacity for violence stretched until researchers unearthed the world's oldest murder victim. Deep within a Spanish cave was a skull belonging not to us Homo sapiens, but to the Homo heidelbergensis, one of our archaic relatives who lived during the Middle Pleistocene. The skull bore two devastating, perfectly symmetrical holes that would have killed this individual instantly. Scientists initially thought a cave collapse could have been the cause, but the matching nature of the injuries made this unlikely. After ruling out animal attacks, it was clear that no Spanish predator of that era was capable of such an act. Researchers' resolve was something far more sinister. The wounds perfectly matched injuries caused by stone axes. This 430,000-year-old case is the oldest known murder and ever recorded proof that violence existed even before modern humans. But what's truly unsettling isn't just this single killing. Thousands of other hominin bones were discovered in the same cave, some bearing similar wounds. The most disturbing revelation? This wasn't just random violence. The calculated nature of the attack suggested premeditation. You see, violence between humans is horrific, but nature has dealt even crueler fates to our ancestors. Take 07. Fossil evidence shows he was ambushed by Crocodilus thorbjarnarssoni, a 25-foot, 2-ton crocodile. Massive punctures in his leg tell the story, but it doesn't end there. In a rare case of dual predation, a leopard-sized cat followed up, leaving signature grooves in the back of the 07 skull, and with no signs of healing, he died from both attacks. Then there's the Tong child, an Australopithecus africanus toddler snatched from the ground by a giant predatory bird. Punctures in his eye sockets and skull match the eagle's attacks seen in modern primates. Only his skull was found, likely dropped from a nest. When threats come from land, water, and sky, survival itself was a miracle, as it is difficult to understand how our ancestors evolved in a world that seemed so determined to erase them. You see, not all prehistoric deaths come with teeth and claws. Sometimes the most excruciating ones come silently and suddenly from within. KNMER 1808, a 1.7 million-year-old Homo erectus skeleton from Kenya, bears the marks of one of the most painful deaths imaginable. Her bones displayed abnormal growth patterns and evidence of massive, long-term bleeding, yet without any obvious external wounds. Scientists quickly recognized these as classic signs of hypervitaminosis, a vitamin A toxicity, making her the oldest documented case of this condition in human history. This erectus suffered chronically with symptoms that would have included weakness, crippling headaches, skin sloughing off her body, hair, tooth loss, and excruciating joint pain, evidenced by severe pathological bone growth in her limbs. The likely culprit? Carnivore's liver. Notorious for its extreme vitamin A content, modern polar bear liver contains enough vitamin A to supply a human with nearly 150 years' worth of the vitamin, a fact our ancestors learned too late and in the most painful way possible. Meanwhile, the Turkana boy, another Homo erectus specimen dating back 1.6 million years, demonstrated how even common ailments could become direct death sentences. After his milk teeth fell out, his adult molars emerged awkwardly, damaging surrounding tissues and creating a severe abscess that never healed. This ultimately caused septicemia, blood poisoning from bacterial infection, at approximately age 8 or 9. Evidence suggested that during his illness, he was weakened by the infection, fell into swampy terrain, and died floating face down. In fact, recent reanalysis revealed another cruel twist. The Turkana boy also suffered from a severely herniated disc that would have drastically limited his mobility and left him vulnerable to predators. A double death sentence in a world without mercy. These silent killers, infections, vitamin overdoses, and spinal injuries likely claimed far more prehistoric lives than dramatic predator attacks. But their invisible nature made them harder to detect in the fossil record, leaving us to wonder how many other agonizing deaths have gone undiscovered. There was one prehistoric death that truly embodied a dreadful nightmare. It would be falling victim to the monster hyenas of ancient China. At the Zogudian Peking Man site, archaeologists discovered more than 28 Homo erectus specimens, with approximately 67% of bear bite marks being actual impressions. Many specimens appeared to have been completely obliterated with skulls crushed beyond recognition. The perpetrator? Pachycocruta, an ancient giant hyena weighing up to 330 pounds, rivaling a modern lioness, but with proportionally massive heads housing jaw muscles capable of delivering bone-crushing force. These creatures could and did crush hominin skulls with terrifying efficiency. Initially mistaken for cannibalism due to the presence of prehistoric human tools, further analysis revealed this cave was primarily a Pachycocruta den, occasionally used by humans during periods of hyenas' absence. Modern hyenas are known to eat their prey alive, utilizing horrific bite and pull methods that rip chunks of meat from still living victims. Now imagine that same hunting strategy employed by a hyena more than twice the size we know, with jaws powerful enough to crush bone. This site served as a sobering reminder that our ancestors weren't always apex predators. In prehistoric China, Homo erectus remained firmly below these nightmare hyenas on the food chain. For thousands of years, these giant hyenas may have been the single greatest threat to human expansion in certain regions. But what could possibly be worse than being eaten alive by prehistoric superpredators? Sometimes it's not just individuals who die. Entire species vanish in moments of chaos, and the fossil record tells the tale. The youngest Homo erectus remains, dated to 110,000 years ago, were found in Java, with over a dozen adults buried together. No sign of disease, wounds, or old age, just sudden death. Sediments revealed a violent flood, likely triggered by a volcanic eruption, a deadly lahar, a surge of water, ash, and rock that tore through the land, sweeping them into a narrow river bend, where they perished. This graveyard might be the only direct record we have of a hominin extinction in progress, the final breath of a species. Even though a single volcano didn't wipe out all of Homo erectus, this event shows how quickly nature can erase an entire population. And now, as we face global threats of our own, maybe their extinction isn't just a story from the past. Maybe it's a warning for us too. These ancient deaths, preserved through incredible circumstances, offer us a window into the harsh realities faced by our evolutionary relatives. While we modern humans face our own challenges, we can at least be grateful that giant crocodiles, monster hyenas, and vitamin A poisoning are no longer among our primary concerns. What these fossils truly reveal isn't just how prehistoric humans died, but how remarkably resilient they were through millions of years of evolutionary pressure. From the earliest murder victim to the last erectus drowned in volcanic mud, each death represents not just a tragedy, but a testament to the countless others who survived long enough to continue our evolutionary journey. Do you think you could have survived in a world where these horrific deaths were commonplace, where a simple toothache could kill you, or where predators twice the size of anything alive today hunted you relentlessly?